Unlike the first game, Double Dragon 2 on the original Game Boy has a 2-player link cable feature that you'll actually want to play in comparison to the original. When the 2-player option is selected from the main menu, after 2 Game Boys are connected with the link cable, players can play the entire single-player campaign in co-op. By far, this is the superior way to play this game, and just about any brawler for that matter. Although it shares the same name as the NES version, this Game Boy version of Double Dragon 2 is entirely different. Movement is still slow as molasses, but at least you can watch each other's backs and friendly fire is always turned off. A punches and B kicks, and uniquely, pressing both buttons will cause Bimmy and Jimmy to duck, not jump like in the NES game. However, button combos are used to generate different attacks, like punching after ducking to Dragon Punch. Or you can hammer fist your opponents when they're down for additional damage. Even though the gameplay is super slow, there's finesse and variety here. And since there's no way to jump, there's no awkward platforming segments. The difficulty is also nicely placed right in the middle of not being too difficult or too mindless. If not careful, enemies can pincer attack the player and larger enemies definitely hold their own. Just be aware that you'll need to play on the higher difficulties to unlock the later stages. If you haven't seen my video on the 2-player link cable verse mode from the original Double Dragon on Game Boy, I'll leave a link in the description so you can see the massive difference between that game and this sequel. The pace of play might be really slow, especially when compared to today's standards, but punching faces with a friend at your side is still a pretty fun time. If you're gonna play Double Dragon 2 on Game Boy, this is definitely the way to play it. But what do you think? Are you a fan of brawlers? What is your opinion about 2 dragons that spell their own names wrong and don't have anything to do with dragons? Let me know in the comments. And if you like this Game Boy Color link cable video, you might want to check out my Game Boy Advance single-pak link series as I explore this underappreciated multiplayer feature that only requires 1 cartridge for up to 4 players. Link will be in the description. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of my Enable the Link Cable series. And let me know what Game Boy or Game Boy Color multiplayer games you'd like me to cover next. Until next time, thank you for watching and game on.